Hello, parents, students, and most of all, faculty who drew the short straw this year, and with whom I sympathize. Students, you are only here because after 4 years of build-up, you need an event to justify your ignorance. Parents, you either think college commencements are a nostalgic tradition, or don't know otherwise because you never had one. I have fond memories of this school, but didn't really learn anything here. I actually only got my undergrad at this university before getting my 2 masters elsewhere. President I'm Way Too Overpaid invited me here today because the really famous person who graduated from your college was too busy to attend. I'm also here for the generous stipend that was taken directly from your tuition money. There are 3 things that I typically claim I learned when I attended this school back in the days when tuition was relatively affordable. The first is something very inspiring. This very inspiring thing only became inspiring many years after I graduated. In reality, this is a realization I gleaned from my family while growing up, but learning it from a bureaucratic academic institution comes across as equally feasible. I'll now discuss this inspiring thing in great detail, with lots of boring anecdotes. The second is somewhat sad. It is a discovery that I actually made once I graduated, but I'm going to include it here just for fun. It made me terribly upset at the time, but eventually I got over it. Kind of like how I eventually graduated after missing that one necessary credit. Remember, I'll remind you to have no regrets, mostly because I have a bunch. If you don't have regrets yet, the next chapter of your life will cause you so many disappointing epiphanies that you'll have to let some of the old ones go. These future hurdles include nincompoops in the workforce and the broken graduate school system that exploits undergraduates like yourselves. Soon, you'll get to be a part of these toxic environments. The third thing, while I take off this ridiculous academic regalia that I never even purchased for my own commencement. The third thing is something very hopeful. This is something like, even though they say you have no jobs going forward, you'll at least make minimum wage long enough to let baby boomers retire. Alternatively, this ray of hope could be that you'll get Social Security. But that's too optimistic. No, this hopeful thing ultimately has not to do with money, but with something I claim to be completely intangible and unrelated to financial return. I'm using optimism here because when you go thousands of dollars into debt like you have, you need a lot of synthetic hope to keep you moving forward. I'll end my speech by pretending my remarks aren't timeless, even though they could have been said any time in the last several decades. I'll say a timely trite term like millennial, or mention a passé board game that was popular when I was in college, which could earn me a final courtesy laugh. Then I'll ramble on just slightly longer than I really should because I want to make your commencement just as unbearable as my own. Come to think of it, I think I actually skipped my commencement. Anyway, after much stalling and awkward eye contact with total strangers, I'd like to say congratulations, class of insert year here, and good luck finding jobs with decent benefits, especially without 3 or more unpaid internships on your resume. Whatever that white guy's name is, whenever he comes back up, before that, I just want to say please subscribe. Be appreciated.